to get the show started with a bang, ladies and gentlemen, a legend on this show. You have to wait like a professional. He is the longest tenured regular in the history of the show. He is known as the Big Red Machine. This is his first time back at the Comedy Store in a long time. He was so excited that he almost ran up on the stage before I even said anything about him at all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the return to get things started of William Montgomery, everybody. Here he is. Wow.
What's up, y'all? I'm now Hispanic. You can call me Selena. I do have COVID-14. I am making a sequel to Saving Silverman. It's where I convince Jonathan Silverman not to jump. Did anyone else think the Granny and Mrs. Doubtfire looked like Robin Williams? All it takes is a tongue to make the peace sign vulgar. That's a pussy joke. I'm making a new butterfly effect movie, but every time the story is retold, you just end up being a basketball player. Mitch told me that. That didn't work, you piece of shit. If we're talking about Syria, we're not talking about Jesus. We're talking about Brandon. How do I fucking stand and talk into this? I'm kidding. That was my joke I've been working on. No, but seriously, Elliot and I had sex last week. We're expecting. No, I'm kidding. Y'all are in for a treat. This probably, Jeremiah, might be my best set. If we're in Syria, we ain't talking about Jesus. We talking about Brandon. Y'all ever watch The Sixth Sense? Because that's been happening to me this past week. Every time I turn on The Sixth Sense, I'm like, hold up, is that Brandon? If you're in the parking lot of the Comedy Store, please leave any excess syringes in the tip jar. Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish is now single. That's way better news than if I told you Darius Rucker released a new single. If they defunded the Ghostbusters, who are you going to call? That was probably my best. Can I say the next one?
Yeah, you want one to work? Maybe that one will work. Go ahead.
One to work on. One of my favorite bands is Traffic. One of my least favorite bands is Child Traffic.
What's up? They call me William Lights Out Montgomery. That's because I have hepatitis C. I think Victoria's Secret was that its founder gave $1 billion to Jeffrey Epstein for no obvious reason. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Michel Jourdan play. He's that French basketball player. Wait, is this fucking Pizza Hut or Domino's? That's what I like to say when I call it Papa John's. I only watch porn for the nostalgia. Man, really hard to repeat my set from last night. I killed it last night. I feel like last night was probably my best set I've had. It sort of bothered me. Y'all were shitting on me all night. I've had all day to really dwell on that, and I think we need to talk about that. It really make the fucking sound.
There you go. There's a minute from William Lights Out Montgomery.
What's up? First and foremost, I want to give it up for salad dressing Raphael. He is a good friend of my uncle's. I wrote this set after a couple ice houses. Let's just call it that. A couple nights ago.
You know the difference between cancer and a child? My dad's got it. Who needs Jesus when you've got a metal detector? This is me working at Disney World. Check out the castle over there. I'm coming out with a movie. It's called Spiky Pineapple. How do I hold this thing?
Wow.
Y'all, I wrote this set when I was in New York City last week. I was about to perform at Showtime at the Apollo. Bunch of blacks. Spoiler alert. Smashing Pumpkins is a cool band name. If I named my band after my high school hijinks, we'd call ourselves Shooting Schools. I miss the old Weather Channel. Show me some lo-fi graphics accompanied by elevator jazz. Now you've got World's Strangest Weather and shit as programming. Bitch, I got YouTube. Hey, Redban, when you receive a gallon of Nugenics in the mail, don't blame me, queer. That's a testosterone joke. Redban is pretty much a bitch.
Wow.
Yeah, are you gonna really look at me that way, Redban?
Wow. Or William closing on a joke calling Redban a bitch. That is not an angle very much used on Redban.
When I saw Redban, I was at his place 3 nights ago. I was at his glory.
I would never let you at my house, you
I
fucker.
was in his
no, I
glory
wouldn't even
hole
let
in
you
his
my house 'cause you would
bathroom.
annoy the fuck out
I
of me.
saw his Oriental girlfriend
Oriental?
suck
Are you going to
his
use
dick.
another racist term from the 90s, you fuck?
Wow. This
Are you
story-
really
No,
gonna
no,
say
seriously,
that?
are you calling my
You
girlfriend?
said I
Are you
can
calling my
watch.
girlfriend Oriental,
You
bitch?
said I could watch.
Oh, Redban's walking over there. David, are you on camera?
You think I'm a bitch?
David.
You think I'm a fucking bitch?
You're gonna do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
We
it.
were friends the other night.
Spit all over myself.
We were friends the other night.
This is great.
I watched his Chinese girlfriend suck his dick.
Right now, they're like blood brothers, but like with COVID instead of blood.
And some bubblicious bubble gum. Hope everybody's doing well. It's gotten to the point where I only read the obituaries to see if they featured anyone I've killed. People ask me if there's anything I regret doing during this COVID quarantine. The only thing that comes to mind is that I really wish I hadn't eaten that bat. Who knew the Masked Singer would be ahead of its time? I noticed in the elevator the other day that it had a sign that it only goes up. I asked the lady at the front desk how you get down, and she said 311. That's all I've got right now.
There you go.
Jamar, they call me the Tennessee Stranglers. First and foremost, for all the fucking haters out there, get a load of the set. This is probably going to be one of my best sets. Not sure if y'all saw this, but there was an international mixtape competition held a couple days ago in Beirut. The social distancing has really hurt the clown car industry. Was watching American Pie 2 the other day, and apparently there's a deleted scene where they all get AIDS. When the credits roll, the first 24 names are Jewish. Director, producer, writer, hairdresser, dog handler, the dog. What's the difference between Antifa and the Houston Astros? Nothing. They both steal signs and come from a hellhole. If someone like Nike comes out with a mask, yeah, we ain't getting a vaccine. This is probably one of my best jokes next. I think a fun sketch would be if I moved to Saudi Arabia, became real popular, ran for political office, just was having a good time. My first sort of party where I'm trying to get money from donors. I invite them in my front door, and I'm like, hey, go to the backyard. I'm crucifying someone. Australian hipsters be like, I miss the old Zealand. Hey, Redban, if you're going to be the best man in my wedding, you're going to have to start believing in Jesus. All right.
Okay. There you go.
You think being a plumber is hard? Try being a blimp salesman. I was watching a WNBA game earlier, and it said aerial coverage provided by the Goodyear blimp, and I have to admit, the roof game was on point. Apparently, my former youth pastor is missing, and I ain't snitching. Not to beat a dead horse, but I'm all out of glue. Sad for Biden that his VP running mate just died, Kamala, the Ugandan giant. All right, that's all I got. I like my women like I like my coffee wrapped in styrofoam. What's the difference between a Lakers fan and a Clippers fan? Trick question. They're both going to die in an earthquake that will strike on August 27th, 2020. Hey, you're either La Quinta in or La Quinta out. That's an impression of my landlord asking me to pay for my continental breakfast. I'm at the point where I just hope my son turns out either gay or straight. And Jimmy, I have to say I loved you as the detective in The Italian Job.
Thank you, sir.
I haven't seen Jack Nicholson on the sideline lately. That's my impression of a poser Lakers fan. For all the atheists that hate my material, as the late great Rick Moranis said, God bless the haters. Y'all ever notice how every commercial these days has a product? What's the name of that band that played that song you hear when you accidentally call a fax number? No, really, what's that band's name? You know times are tough when your coke dealer goes to rehab. No, seriously. Oh, man, a good friend in Memphis had to go to rehab. And Scarlett, I just want to say I loved your voice in the movie Her.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a minute.
If you come at me with a business idea and your pitch isn't as just like the Tour de France, but with rollerblades, keep moving, pal. The coolest thing about Bill and Ted is that they both turned out to have incredible careers. Research shows more kids are being homeschooled this year rather than being enrolled in public and private schools. This is not good news, according to the nation's school shooters. You know, when Dale Earnhardt died, they held a race in his honor because it's how he was best remembered as a racer. And then for George Floyd, guess what we decided to do? What's the best part about telling a racist joke on Kill Tony? I've got 3 weeks to go into hiding. That's all I got.
There you go.
Ooh.
That's a minute right there. William
First off,
Montgomery.
big fan, Eric. Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah. You don't remember when we met earlier, right?
All right, here he goes. 60 seconds uninterrupted from William Montgomery.
This might be a little longer than 60 seconds. Everybody always says don't mess with cockroaches. They carry diseases. But who's ever gotten sick from cockroaches? Hey, you hear about Anthony? He has cancer. Shit from smoking? Nah, a cockroach touched his leg when he was chasing it around his bathroom. He has 6 months left to live. I'm not suggesting we keep them as pets, but let's not pretend there's some pharmaceutical company out there trying to find the cure for roach flu. I said that kind of weird. We let dogs sleep in the bed with us while both of us are naked, and yet a roach crawls around the kitchen cabinet, and we contemplate starting a gender reveal fireworks party. You don't think the family dog rolled around in the same shit as the roach? There's a lot more. Dogs and roaches are practically the same. It's just dogs have better lobbyists. Dogs have Sarah McLachlan singing in every commercial. Roaches have a spray. Every roach commercial. Should I finish it?
Keep going. Absolutely. I'll listen to an hour on roaches. Go ahead.
Every roach commercial starts out the same. A fat cigar-smoking roach plotting with his other fat roach friends about how they can ruin the value of your home. Then some white man in a cape shows up with the most toxic chemical known to man and just ices the hell out of those degenerate moochers. Meanwhile, roaches are supposed to be the oldest insects known to man or some bullshit. Hell, that's probably made up too by the same people claiming that dogs can tell when humans have a horrible disease. I swear the day a dog walks up to me and says, "Sorry, buddy, you've got MS," I'm going to call bullshit because next he's going to blame it on a roach. I wish they'd attach an iPad to a shake weight so we could form a tight-knit community. I'm kind of jealous of Peloton, people riding their bikes in their living room, cheering each other on. Meanwhile, I'm in the basement with a shake weight looking like I'm training for the dice rolling Olympics. The best part about a shake weight is that you lose 12 pounds and 1 square inch of your body, and you have the fucking most ripped muscle inside of your right elbow. Meanwhile, the left elbow looks like Danny DeVito at a nudist resort. Whenever I pull down my underwear, my dick looks like Danny DeVito auditioning for Taxi. But seriously, I don't know if y'all heard, but Casper the friendly ghost died a couple days ago.
All right.
Just hit the button, Redban.
You just wanted to...
Whatever happened to the hooker from Fraggle Rock? I used to be the town's chief meteorologist, but then they fired me for saying stuff like 65% chance of rain if you don't convert to Christianity. I messed that up a little bit. Memphis is known for their barbecue, lots of barbecue places. My mom asked me if I wanted to try this new Korean barbecue place, and I told her I prefer Gangnam Style. This is a good one. I thought Taco Bell had a bell on the roof, and you just needed a password to get to the top of the tower. That is actually not the case. That's a bad one. My first beach vacation was to Long John Silver's. I was thinking that set was going to go much better. Oh, God. I recently got back on Facebook. Apparently my entire family is dead. I saw a picture of my new baby cousin, and I can tell he has his mother's eyes and his father's penis. I enjoy seeing white and black people come together, but enough about my porn preferences.
So my phone died recently. Guess I should have been wearing a mask. My girlfriend ovulating so hard she barking. I didn't know how to end that. That's it. That's
She
all I
what?
got.
What did she do?
She's ovulating so hard.
That she what?
She barking
She barking.
like a dog. Really nice to be here tonight. Can you imagine being a VJ on MTV, which is sort for music television, and then being fired because they no longer play music on television? Bad news, my show on BET got canceled because they're going to start airing reruns of the Andy Griffith Show. I'm so afraid of COVID, I called the cops because I think it's black. You know the craziest part about Elliott Smith's suicide? Courtney Love did it. That's a good joke. I don't know how many people get that, but if you get that, that's a hell of a joke. I'm a big baseball fan, and by baseball fan, I mean doing drugs in my parents' carport. You guys like craft beer? I like craft stew. My parents' minivan is not where I lost my virginity, but if you could help me find it. I'm actually pretty crafty, and by crafty, I mean doing drugs in my parents' carport. Y'all seen Blackish? I have a new TV show idea called Racist-ish. Y'all seen Blackish? I have a new TV show idea called Trans-ish. Y'all seen Blackish? I have a new TV show idea called I'm Doing Drugs in My Parents' Carport. I love how everyone that hopes Trump goes to hell will probably meet him there. That's all I got. Do I look like the kind of guy that would kill a journalist? Do I look like the kind of guy that would do business with Hunter Biden? Quick joke for you people. What do you call a woman driver? Beheaded. What do I call it when I throw my wife off of a mountain for not birthing a male heir? A flying carpet. My wife is so ugly I couldn't sell her to a human trafficking organization. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Hopefully not in my country because you'll never see her again. Tony spends more time in a sand trap than a Saudi drug dealer. That's a golf joke.
Not fair, not fair.
That's all I got. If there's anything I've learned from OnlyFans.com, it's that my account's not doing too well. I wrote a Cliff's Notes to Anne Frank's diary. Spoiler alert, the only suspenseful part of the diary is when she writes, I heard a knock at the door, but I don't remember ordering anything off Amazon. What are y'all's plans for Ford Truck Month? CNN be like O.J. Simpson was mostly peaceful that night besides 2 minor incidents. Tony almost made his first hole-in-one this weekend, but the windmill knocked it out of the way. Kamala Harris has so much black pride she married a white Jew. Okay, that's all I got. Every night I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, hoping that the Miss Piggy poster doesn't fall on me. Anyways, have you all ever seen Miss Piggy naked? I'll send you the link. Did y'all hear about the money Harvard gave back when they heard it was from Jeffrey Epstein? Just kidding. Harvard condones it. Kamala Harris has come out against legalizing prostitution unless it involves sleeping with the mayor of San Francisco to boost your career. On the one hand, I feel bad about slavery. On the other hand, I watch documentaries about Africa, and I'm like, damn, y'all better be glad you boarded the ship. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, Indiana! Anne Frank wrote in her diary that she and her best friend Marta would be best friends forever. I'll have to take her word for it. Anne Frank wrote some pretty funny jokes in her diary, mostly racist, but you know how the Jews are. Kamala Harris says her favorite word is progression, and her favorite sentence is life without parole for possession of marijuana. You know that stuff that they throw into the fire at the beginning of every episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, I can get you an ounce for $120. At this point, is there really any celebrity that didn't die of COVID in 2020 other than George Floyd? I'm dizzy as shit. Barking up the wrong tree sounds like what a homeless guy did outside my apartment this morning. I feel like schizophrenic homeless dudes are actually ghost whisperers. They just aren't using their inside voice. Imagine you're in this fantasy world where you're the king pimp and all the hoes bow down and are bringing you vanilla wafers and preparing a bath made of wine, and then a homeless shelter volunteer interrupts to say, Melvin, this is your bunk. I wish they'd have to rename Sesame Street because it got gentrified and the unemployed puppets had to move. Shout out to Sesame Street for being both educational and also apparently an ice skating troupe coming to a city near you. Why did Hunter Biden knock up a stripper? He ran out of dead brothers' widows to bang. Shut the song off. I'm dizzy as a motherfucker. I'm on Xanax. You told me to say that, you piece of shit. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Why'd you tell me to say that? It's not working. If I had my own touchdown dance, I'd act like I heard a ticking noise inside of the ball and then start freaking out and telling everyone there's a bomb inside of the ball, and then run up into the stands and into the press box and say over the PA that there's a bomb inside of the football, and the referees refuse to stop the game, and then I tell my family I love them, and then I died playing the game that I loved.
Wow.
No, I have Redban. This is the final Kill Tony.
What are you talking about?
Let me do the rest of my fucking jokes.
Okay, but I don't know what you mean it's the last Kill Tony.
I'm not here to talk about the military, but when is the last time a sniper saved my life? If I could bring one of the Beastie Boys back from the dead, I wouldn't. Sorry, Mel Gibson is an action hero, not an Oscar nominee, fag boy. I loved him in Braveheart. Y'all, this is probably the best part of my set coming up. As y'all know, Dolly Parton cured COVID. Now if only she could... Let me do it. I paused way too much. Let me do it one more time.
Ready? And action.
Jeremiah used to say that. And Jeremiah, for the record, that's not yo kid. I'm kidding. I thought that was going to get a bunch of laughter. Here, let me tell my last
Did the cat burglar just fart into the microphone? Wow. Seems like all the characters are doing this now.
As y'all know, Dolly Parton cured COVID. Now, if only she could come up with a vaccine for my achy, breaky heart.
Wow.
Here's the best one.
Okay.
Imagine Dolly Parton in a lab coat. I haven't seen cotton stretch that thin since the South had to start paying for labor.
Vanderbilt had a female kicker in football this year. Texas A&M responded by saying, "Female kickers, what's next? Female cheerleaders?" No Texas fans in here, I guess. I wish the opioid crisis would end so my girlfriend and I can start doing them again. You want big dick energy? Re-elect Nixon. Richard Nixon is so sexy, Frost couldn't cool him off. No history, people? That's a hell of a joke for people that know history. G. Gordon Liddy broke into the Watergate Hotel, but he couldn't break into show business, so you tell me how life isn't fair. For Christmas this year, I'm going as Santa Claus. Man, these jokes aren't working. Can I do my two last Santa jokes?
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead.
If I was a millionaire and I could live wherever I wanted, I'd probably live at the North Pole with Santa Claus. Say what you will about Santa Claus, but he's not Muslim. Okay, that's it.
He's in front of him. He's looking at the audience. The clock has not started. He's soaking it in. We've never seen this move before, folks. The clock technically doesn't start until you start talking, if you're a regular. This is an unorthodox maneuver. He's giving them the cutesy eyes. We've seen this.
He looks shy.
Wait, you think he's setting him up for the... No. Is he going to do the winks? Is he doing it? Oh, I didn't see it, but I could hear the reaction. Oh, I saw that one. All right, William. How about you do a minute? William Montgomery, everybody. Make some noise for William. A brand new minute of stand-up comedy.
I love Phoenix.
I call all the weight I put on during quarantine the COVID-19. I'm still waiting for MTV to release the show Teen Dad. What about us? You think it's easy staying with the mom until the baby turns 9 months? Joe Biden's so old, when the Titanic sank, they said women and children first, and he said, nah, maybe just the children. I just read a restaurant describe itself as unconventional and was kind of turned off. Give me a place that advertises itself as for level-headed Christians. Democrats are the party of diversity, which Joe Biden has proven by appointing Jews with totally different fingertips. Or fingerprints. How's it going, Fort Lauderdale?
I was fucking around. I just saw your dumbass say, what?
The Miami Marlins are so bad at baseball, their biggest fans swam back to Cuba. The Miami Marlins are so bad at baseball, LeBron James' hairline swam back to Cleveland. The Miami Marlins are so bad at baseball, they started using their stadium as a makeshift morgue during COVID, and the bodies came back to life just to avoid the off chance they might have to witness batting practice. Joe Biden has been president for 25 minutes, and he's already bombing a country. I'm sure all of the peaceful Democrats are at least happy that the missiles were gender neutral.
Keep it going, Panama City Beach. I love it in the Panhandle.
Russian punk band Pussy Riot just released a new single called Rage. I just hope my grandmother doesn't download it illegally.
Russian punk band Pussy Riot just released a new single called Rage. Longtime fans are reportedly upset because the lyrics contain only Bible verses. Russian punk band Pussy Riot just released a new single called Rage. Critics are calling it the greatest Christian rock song in years. God said, "Let there be light," and within minutes, FEMA appeared. Tiger Woods is so bad at driving, he ended up in the hospital trap. I didn't want to say anything, but Tony kneeled during the Black National Anthem the other day. Make some noise, Laredo! Let's give it up for the Round Rock Express! What about the Rice Owls? Okay. I heard the Austin City Limits Festival is having to cut back on its budget. Instead of a Tupac hologram this year, they're going to have a claymation Frank Zappa. New study finds tripping on your airplane stairs reduces coronavirus. New study finds letting immigrants into the country with coronavirus reduces coronavirus. I just joined a rock band and it's called Rock Band. I only have one controller and you have to watch me play. I have a buddy who is a heroin addict, and as a prank, I sold him the COVID-19 vaccine. Look, I'm an anti-Semite too, but I'm not trying to gas chamber Dr. Seuss. Thank you so much, San Antonio. It's great to be in Texas where everybody's not all woke. Hell, now you got Delta Airlines being all woke and Major League Baseball being all woke. About the only thing not woke these days is DMX. And I would like to thank my father, Larry Montgomery, for sending me that joke via text message a couple days ago. And then in the text, he said, it's funny because DMX OD'd and was in a coma and is now dead. I hate to say it, but if you aren't watching C-SPAN 3, you are officially gay. Let's give it up for C-SPAN 3! You know you're bad at golf when you play with Tiger and the next day he decides to drive off a cliff. That's a David Spade joke. The man has been playing golf since he was 2 and then one day plays with David Spade and then wants to give it all up. Makes you wonder if he played golf with Chris Farley the day before he died. My dad's so old he used to spank me. My dad's so old he remembers when Dr. Seuss was a sex symbol. My dad's so old he banged Jesus' mom and convinced her to claim it was a miracle pregnancy. I love how we're supposed to listen to Bill Gates about COVID as if he isn't responsible for a software that is constantly being exploited by viruses. Did anyone else cry during Blue Man Group? I'm starting a home improvement store that sells fans and fans only. I'm just trying to think of what to call it. Let me do that one more time and y'all say OnlyFans at the end of it. I'm starting a home improvement store that sells fans and fans only. I'm just trying to think of what to call it. Fan. My God, thank y'all so much.
Wow, there it is. William Montgomery getting the show started with a bang.